Bonnie Hershey, and I'm here with my friend Adria, who is going to be switching out her household cleaners as part of her daughter's nutritional program. So we're going to be getting rid of some of the toxic stuff in the house so that she can be helped as well and the whole family. So we're going to talk about how to do that and what that looks like. I had Adria pull out all of her a variety of cleaners.
So much.
But this is normal. I mean, this is, don't be embarrassed because this is where we were before we switched. I remember 2 big boxes of various cleaners. So these are all kind of your common household cleaners for all different kinds of jobs. So we're just gonna talk about why you would want to switch these things and how to do that with Shaklee's Get Clean line. And why that's beneficial for you and also make things a lot easier. So, so anyway, let's talk about these real quick. As you'll notice, you've got, let's just start here. Here's a common window cleaner, Windex. And with typical household cleaners, what ends up happening is the company actually adds in the water for you every time, so that when you buy it at the store, you are actually paying for the plastic every time. You're paying for the water that they added in, and it's costing you a lot more money. You know, so a bottle of Windex might cost, I don't know what, $2 or $3, or more. And then obviously the other cleaners, you're also paying for the plastic each time. And so what Shaklee has done with their line, and you'll notice. There's a lot less on this side than there are on this side. And so we're going to talk about, I'm going to share with Adria how she can mix and use these green cleaners in a way that totally replaces the cleaners over there. So instead of having to use, you know, one cleaner for your floors, one cleaner for your oven, one cleaner for your sink to get the job done right, you can mix safely several of these cleaners and kind of come up with a recipe that will do the job of these. And so you're greatly simplifying. And so what's nice about these is the water has not been added, which is why these last so long. And you'll notice that when you start using them, that these are all super concentrated. And so Shaklee lets you add the water each time, and you only buy the plastic one time. So you're only buying one set of bottles, maybe, you know, we have about 3 sets of bottles in our house, so I don't have to run around the house and look for them.
I have to come up with art projects.
That
you use with the rest of the plastic. I really do. We're making fish right now with detergent bottles.
That's so funny. That's awesome. You know, you'll just buy a set of plastic bottles, and you buy them once. And you add the water, and then you put in your concentrated stuff. So we're going to do that in a little bit so that my bottles aren't falling over. And what's great about these two, with commercial cleaners, none of this stuff is biodegradable. So none of the, you know, a lot of these chemicals you wouldn't want being flushed into the streams and into the lakes and stuff like that, even though they do. Because they're not safe for the fish and stuff like that. Let alone our eyes and breathing and stuff like that. But these containers themselves are not biodegradable. And with what Shaklee has done as well, all the containers and the cleaners are all biodegradable in Shaklee's Get Clean line. So you know that even when you do have to, you know, throw something away, it doesn't have to make it to the landfill. You know, you can always recycle any of this stuff. So anyway, let's talk. I'll show you one more thing here before we get to showing you how they work. This is a typical, you know, you've got your typical dryer sheet. And these are actually, I didn't know if you knew this, these are actually really flammable in the dryer. And these chemicals also stay in your clothes. So any chemicals too in the residue in the commercial cleaners are going to stay in your laundry. And so this can be a huge irritant when it comes to skin rashes, just, you know, if kids are having trouble at night sleeping, coughing at night, a lot of that can contribute to the fact that they're laying in some residue from the detergent that's been on their sheets and their clothes and stuff like that. So the nice thing, these are not biodegradable. These dryer sheets, the commercial dryer sheets, are also not biodegradable. I mean, they are, they won't break down. And so what Shaklee has done is they have come up with a dryer sheet that is made of corn. So this is not paper. It is actually a corn-based dryer sheet. And this will break down. So, and you can actually use it several times through, whereas a typical dryer sheet you might only use once. Whereas these, you'll notice when you use them in your dryer, you can pull them out, and if they still have some life in them, you know, they're still a little hard like this, you can throw them in again and use them 2 and 3 times before you ever recycle them. You can throw them right in your recycle stuff. So that is really, really nice. And these are unscented as well. So these aren't gonna, you know, have the scent that stays, you know, some of the scent is what causes irritation sometimes. And so a lot of this stuff you'll find has no scent. Because I think a lot of times people will contribute a nice fresh scent, equaling that to something being clean.
Sure.
When in reality, when you're putting these down on your floors and your countertops, some of the residue is staying there, and it's actually cleaner if you just wash with soap and water versus spraying down a chemical and it's staying on the counter. You get the nice smell,
Right.
but it's really not clean and like you want it to be for your kids. So, so I appreciate the fact that a lot of these, when you use them, you don't have to open windows. You don't have to ventilate the bathroom.
That's great.
You don't have to get lightheaded while you're cleaning your tub.
The bathrooms don't have windows.
So
sad.
So that is
Now
really
we're
what we're gonna do is just go and actually clean some things and show my friend how to use these, because that was kind of an overview of why you want to change and why it's good to change. But now I'll just go in and show you how to use some of them. Okay, so we're here at the kitchen sink with the hand dishwash concentrate. And again, that's the key to this one, is it's very concentrated. So this isn't one like this where you might just kind of liberally squirt it around.
Sure.
This, 1 drop of this will literally clean 3 or 4 pans.
Okay.
And so you'll see that, you know, when you put in, here I'll just put a drop in. This is how much we use each time.
Right.
And so when you do that, you know, it gets a really good suds in here, and you'll even feel it, like it's still on the bottom down there. I still feel the residue because it's so concentrated. And this could do several pans. You know, normally I would, sometimes I'll fill the sink and I'll put a few drops of this in a whole sink, and you can clean, you know, several stuff at once. So, and again, you know, put your hand in there. It's easy. You'll notice it won't dry out your hands when you do a bunch of dishes, whereas this might be more, it's going to be more abrasive on your skin
It is.
when you're washing dishes. And this is so nice because you're just like, you know, I don't have to necessarily put all this lotion on my hands after I do the dishes. And it's got a nice, fresh scent. You know, it's not anything
It's not too strong.
overpowering. So, so I just washed your dish for you.
Thanks, yeah.
That's good.
You put that in there.
So there you go.
Yeah.
On
Really
that
why I
one.
had to come.
All right, so we're here in the bathroom.
Just the 2 of us.
And I'm going to let Adria do the mixing here. This is the basic H2 all-purpose cleaner.
Okay.
And so we're going to show how to do these. So first you're going to fill the bottles with water. So we'll fill them up first. And you want to come like a little bit above that line. Is about 16 ounces. They don't actually have it marked on there, but a little more. Yeah, perfect. Okay, so this all-purpose cleaner makes 3 strengths of cleaners for your house. So you can do the windows, all-purpose cleaning, and a degreaser is at the strongest strength.
Okay.
And so this one says, actually it even has it on the bottle here. I'll tell you how much to put in this one. What does that say here?
Yeah, so 1 to 2 drops.
Yep. So you're going to use this dropper thing.
Wow. Okay. So since I'm going to fill all these, I can just grab
and it's
that.
literally 1 to 2 drops. I mean, you don't want to put any more than that. Yep, little drops. Yep, that's enough.
Wow. Okay.
And that is your window cleaner.
Okay.
You'll see.
You're sure about that?
I'm sure. Now look at that. Look at the bottle on the degreaser. I'll tell you how much.
1.5 teaspoons.
Yep.
Okay.
So you can just kind of check.
I've got to, can I?
Yep.
I'm gonna just,
Yep. You can put it back in.
I didn't quite get there. That is all a half.
Yep.
That's
1.5.
and that's 1.5.
Mhm.
Okay.
So the degreaser obviously would come in handy, especially in your kitchen on the stovetop.
Sure.
That would be where you probably use it the most. Although, you know, sometimes I'll whip it out in the bathroom too if I know I'm just gonna need something a little stronger. So this one, look on there,
And this is just 1/4.
1/4 teaspoon. Yep. Yep. Awesome.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Where do I put that?
Yeah, you just put that. Yeah. So that all comes from this one little bottle.
Wow.
So yeah. So this would do your windows or your mirrors.
Right?
You know, usually that mixes in by itself. And then, you know, this would be great for countertops,
Sure.
baseboards, spraying, anything like that, where you just need a cleaner of some kind.
Crayon
you know?
on the walls.
And if you sense you need something stronger, you can always move up to this.
Okay.
And other times, I've had to just put this directly on something. Like if you're getting something sticky off a mirror, like
Right.
if your kids put stickers up there, and now it's got a
My kids
sticky
don't do things like
residue,
Right.
then you can use full strength as like a Goo Gone
I was thinking of
kind
that.
of thing. Yeah.
Good trade.
So that is good. And the other thing about this is completely pH balanced for your skin.
Mm.
Whereas the other cleaners are very basic
Mhm.
or very acidic, and it's very harsh on your skin. This is completely pH balanced. So you can put it on your hands. You know, we can talk about other uses for it that we've found, but it's great in that way. So now, there's one more thing that I brought that isn't in your starter kit that would be a good addition to your cleaners is the Scour Off paste. Now, these are not abrasive.
Mm-hmm.
They're degreasing,
Right.
but not abrasive. And so if you need something that's abrasive, like for your oven,
Right.
for something that got burnt onto your stove,
Okay.
your microwave, yes. Even on here, like say you've got hairspray, I get that hairspray stuff
Mm-hmm.
on your countertop,
Yeah.
and you're just like, this is great for that, and even the tub. And what is nice about this, take a whiff.
Yeah.
What
Not
does
too
that smell
strong.
like?
I don't know.
I don't know. This is made of
What does it
cherry
smell like?
pits.
Oh yeah.
So that's the
Okay, I see.
abrasive part, is just it's mashed up cherry pit scrub, and other things I'm sure. But and again, you'll notice there's no water in there.
Right.
So what you want to do is you just get this pretty damp on the end that you're going to be using. You get it damp, wring it out, and then you scrape onto it like about that much is all you need. And that much will spread out and do your whole countertop.
Okay, great.
You know, so when you're coming in here, you just get it going in here. And here, I can let you do that.
Yeah, that's
You
right.
just
No, I
pull
like
that
it
down.
when you do that. Thanks.
We'll let you do it.
Right.
And it does create some
I want the
bubbles,
goods
some
right
bubbles
there.
in there, but yeah,
Ew.
you can do it
Yes.
anywhere that you have that stuff. It'll shine up your silver. This is a good silver polish as well, because it is, and you probably want to, you know, wring out your rag and wipe it down with just water, so it doesn't leave a film.
Yeah, that's great.
But it will shine up really nice, and you can keep rubbing it even while there's bubbles there. And you know, I mentioned that the Basic H is also pH balanced for the skin, which one of the side benefits of that is it can double as a very natural bubble bath for your kids, and easy on their skin. You know, versus maybe a bubble bath that you would buy at the store that may have other stuff in it that you're not familiar with, and not sure if that's completely good on their skin. So this is especially good for kids with sensitive skin. It's nice and easy, and then it leaves no ring around your tub, and so you kind of get two jobs done at once with your kids. All this stuff here on the table comes in the Shaklee's Get Clean starter kit, and replaces most of these products that are sitting on the table. There's a couple products that I'm going to show Adria how to use, and why she might want to add them later, is the fact that these are multi-purpose cleaners, but these are not necessarily disinfectants. So like say you're in your kitchen and you just want to wipe up tomatoes or spilled milk or whatever, you can use the basic all-purpose cleaner. But if you had raw chicken on the counter, you want it clean with a disinfectant. And so Shaklee has a cleaner that is not in their Get Clean line because it's not non-toxic. However, it is safer for you than your chemical bleach. It's called Basic G. And when it's mixed in this bottle, this is highly concentrated, and when it's mixed in here, it's still a hospital grade germicide. And again, no scent, no fumes. It's not going to bleach your clothes or anything. So this is really great to have on hand for cleaning around the potty and chicken and whatever else you might need one for.
Let's take that with us.
So we'll clean the potty. So anyway, just wanted to point that out of why that's not in the Get Clean line.